everybody, and thank you for coming by Living to Do's review of Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 13, called Popping the Questions. Before I get started, please like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. And also, you can find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living to Do. So let's get started with this review. This episode I thought was real relationship based. It was in more the line of what the show is about. Wasn't any really crazy outbursts or antics like that. Not too much. So the first couple I'll review will be Noi and Steve. Noi is annoying me a little bit. She's just coming off a little immature and childish. We all know she put up another social media post seemingly about her relationship, her marriage with Steve. She said she didn't. It wasn't about that. But it seems that way, and Steve's family is taking it that way. He doesn't want her to look bad in his family's eyes. She doesn't even think about these types of things, and he's already addressed it once with her before, so why is she doing it again? She talked to Pastor Cal, and they brought it up again, and that this doesn't need to be out. Her marriage should be private. Steve also talked to Dr. Pepper about it, and it was a concern because she crossed a boundary. And Dr. Pepper said that, they discussed that she doesn't feel secure. She doesn't feel financially secure. And Noi also mentioned this when she spoke with Pastor Cal. After the meeting, they get together. We didn't see him show her any of his financial statements. That would make her feel secure. That's just common sense. She doesn't want to feel like this guy can't hold down a job and that she'll be doing everything. But she also wants a baby next year. She wants to have a baby. So I understand why she needs to know his financial state, because she wants to know how their lives are going to go on from here. And I think this is an easy fix. Show this woman what you have and be done with it. But she needs to work on, their confidential relationship in their home should stay in their home, and it shouldn't be posted on social media. She acted like a teenage child, so it's my account, my life or whatever. She can do what she wants. Yeah, but you have a life with somebody else now, so you have to take them into consideration. And she needs to work on that. She says she hears people, she understands, but she did it again. So I'd be real leery if I were Steve, because she could once again do this, and who knows what she'd say. Okay, so that was basically it for that couple. The next couple will be Lindsay and Mark. Lindsay keeps saying that she needs consistency. Mark says she's negative and difficult. And honestly, Lindsay's been real consistent with that. She feels like she's not being respected or valued in any way. I don't understand how she doesn't feel valued, other than that he takes his affection away, but that's because they've gotten into a fight or a beef. She's loud. I think she's the one that needs to work on herself more, not so much Mark. He's pretty much reacting to what she's doing. When Pastor Cal talked to Mark, I didn't even really catch what Mark is doing wrong. That's my problem. He's not really doing anything. I mean, he can maybe stay more calm when she yells, but that was a pattern in his mother and his father's relationship that he recognized. And when she does that yelling, he's just reacting to her. The thing she's yelling about is no reason to yell. I think Lindsay is really the problem there. Lindsay spoke with Dr. Pepper, um, and she was saying how, she'll take away her love if you don't love me, I don't love you type of thing. And she's forecasting the future, that it's not going to last. She's talking like that kind of talk. And um, Dr. Pepper told her not to forecast. Um, you're putting it out there that it won't work. So she changes the subject real quick. Well, not really. She kind of changed the subject. She says that she's just real sad. And to me, I thought she just was trying to change the direction of the conversation by saying she's sad. Um, because she's not getting her way. I'm not sure why she's so sad. I think she didn't want Dr. Pepper to pile on with her, telling her what she needs to do. So she wants someone to be sympathetic, and so she screams out, "I'm sad." After the meeting, Mark and Lindsay get together. They're back in the apartment, and she's really hungry. She's making chicken. I just wanted to comment on it because they had the chicken by itself, and the chicken actually looked like pathetic chicken on a small little saucer with nothing else. I hope that wasn't his dinner. I mean, that was a dinner for a toddler, a piece of chicken. Um, they discussed what was said in their conversations with the experts, and Mark explained how it's triggering when she yells at him. That reminds him of his mother, and he seemed like he was generally getting emotional. She reaches out and holds his hand. She's really good about that. Um, One of the questions they were asking is, what is love? And it and they were saying, discussing, the answer to that would be accepting of one another, unconditional love. And Mark says he sees love in Lindsay. He's really giving her multiple chances. uh, I don't know if that's going to work out, because who wants a life with that up and down uh, emotional roller coaster every day, especially with her, just the highs and the lows of her. She needs to get medication to regulate that temperament that she has. Okay, so the next couple we'll talk about is Jasmina and Michael. Uh, Jasmina told Dr. Pepper in her meeting that she has worries that she's not getting close with Michael because she doesn't know enough about his past. That's the reason? To me, that was an excuse. Um, you have plenty of time to talk. You can ask questions. You guys are getting closer. Um, there's more passion on a blind date than this month and a half long marriage that she has. Dr. Pepper suggests that maybe they should hold hands, body intimacy, just to get something started between the two. Let's see if she takes that advice, because I don't think it's Michael that's putting up that wall, it's her. And when Michael spoke with Pastor Cal, he was doing a lot of things for Jasmina out of obligation. He felt obligated to, not because he wanted to. It was just an obligation. He's gotten to know her now, and he's doing things for her like he did before because he likes her. Um, they talked about touch and goodnight kissing. Now, they used to kiss goodnight, but then Michael felt that Jasmina was doing it out of obligation, so he doesn't want her to do anything that she doesn't want to do. And Pastor Cal thought that was a dumb move to stop that. He wants them to encourage it, to build, because love grows, is what he is always saying. So continue to kiss her tonight. In fact, he wants him to initiate touch with her. And he feels that maybe there's not enough time to build a connection. They have a couple of weeks left, so he's not sure if that's enough time. And Pastor Cal says, rise up as a husband. So I guess he wants him to be the man in the relationship. And I think he's right. I don't know how she's going to feel about that. I would love to see him try that on camera, reach out for her and see if she pulls away initially because she doesn't feel it, she doesn't want it. And initially, if she does pull away, you'll know that's just not in her. Um, but if she kind of gravitates towards him somewhat, then that'll be a sign that yeah, she would she doesn't mind this or she likes this, I can move forward. um I really wish the best for Michael because I just don't. He's trying, the man is trying, and if she leaves him and they break up, she is going to recognize that, and I think she's going to miss someone who was trying to get to know her for her and be in a committed relationship with her. But if you're not feeling it, I guess you're not feeling it. So I don't know. I just don't see too much effort on her part. Um, so after the meeting, they talked, and I just, even in there, they had a nice, calm conversation about it. I see effort on Michael's part. I see Jasmina again. She's still being stagnant in the relationship. I don't see her moving forward. So we'll see how they fare. The last couple is Tina and Olajuwon. It's real cute. When they opened up, they were going to the grocery store. They're talking about different foods. And that's good they go to the grocery store because he has this thing about food and that she needs to cook. And I'm sure he's a health nut, but he wants to eat. They talked about fried chicken, and she wants I guess his family has a great fried chicken recipe, so she wanted it, and he's like, I'm thinking, who in your family has a good fried chicken recipe? Who? Who's the cook in his family? It is. I just what I want him to say who that person is. Um, Pastor Cal spoke to Katina in their little meeting, and in their conversation, she said she has doubts about the relationship, and I think so too. Honestly, I think she would sway any way that Olajuwon sways. I think she's just waiting to find out where he will land, and then she will follow. So he's so mean to her at times. I can see why she has doubts, but she's bendable to him. She will fold into him if that's what he wants, I think. Um, she says she wants a committed relationship, but he does have a lot of temper that I think I just don't want her to get used to that. His ups and downs, and that should be okay because that shouldn't be okay. He needs to regulate that temperament much better. Dr. Pepper spoke to Olajuwon, and she was saying that they get their notes and tape and of them being together, and she heard or she was told or she saw that he talks down to her. He's mentioned that she has no life skills in the past. He acts like that she needs to stand behind him. He disagrees with Dr. Pepper wholeheartedly. He feels disrespected, and I believe he feels disrespected by Dr. Pepper because he thinks that she's talking at him and that she's not giving any concrete information, advice about moving the relationship forward. So he wasn't really happy with her. And you could tell he was defensive when he spoke with Dr. Pepper. They had a group event. The group event was them playing volleyball. Everybody went except Noi. Noi stayed behind at home because she was suffering from a bad headache, but Steve went by himself. So they go to they're on their way to the place where they're going to play volleyball as a group. And you see Mark and Lindsay in the car, and in the back seat is Katina and Olajuwon. Okay, Katina and Olajuwon have come a long way to be sitting in the car with Lindsay. You know how they blew up. I just didn't think they would be in confined spaces, but I guess they're getting along because you remember when Katina said, she told Lindsay, don't talk to me on camera. So it seems like the relationship has improved. Um, Now, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal were watching them as they played volleyball. And after they played volleyball, they sat down and they were talking as a group. And O said that Dr. Pepper, um, she got the wrong idea about him. Uh, she didn't have a good grasp of the two people that were in this relationship, Olajuwon and Katina's marriage. And he said 90% of what she said was a waste. Uh, then Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper come in. They walk into where they were talking. The group didn't know they were there, so they were shocked. And Olajuwon's face, he knew he was cold busted. You talking about this lady, she hears everything you said. And then Dr. Pepper sat down somewhat calmly, somewhat assertively, talking to Olajuwon about what was happening, what their conversation was, what her interpretation was. Later, Olajuwon felt at that moment, after he was cold busted, that Dr. Pepper cleared some things up. Also, in the conversation, Olajuwon says he's not in love, and the experts had to remind him that love grows. Um, and if you're in a committed relationship, that's the start to love. And Dr. Pepper, she says how she loves her husband more now because they've done so much. They've had all these life experiences all this time. They've all this vested time in one another, and that she loves him more now than when she first met him. I think she's trying to get the group to understand that, especially Olajuwon, because he's quick to tell everyone he's not in love with his wife. They talked about Mark. Pastor Cal made a comment about him that he looks scared all the time, and he told Lindsay she needs to woman up, and she does. She needs to grow up. Recognize you're not the only one in the relationship. It's two people in this relationship. She needs to grow up. She needs to be more mature in the relationship. Jasmina says in this group discussion that she doesn't feel a deep connection with Michael, and I don't think she won't. She has an emotional block up. She's not being really vulnerable. She seems to have still a hard exterior about her. Michael, to me, is just her big head. That's how I see it. That's how she acts. I can just see them, if they don't stay together, she'll call him up and go, "Hey, big head." That's just how I see their relationship. She has, she has, well, she has somewhat of a past with him, but she's not loving him. I think when they leave the relationship, if they do, she might gain a fondness for him, somewhat. But anyway, that was it for the episode. It was relationship based, more or less, and not really crazy, frantic antics that they normally do. So I can appreciate that. But that is it for now. Next week, I think they're going on a couples retreat, so that will be interesting. Probably a little bit more drama there when they get together. But that is it for now. And I'll be back next week. Before I go, I would like to ask again if you would like, share, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. And also, you can find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living to Do. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.